Hello, everybody. Welcome to PatFacts. Patrick here, Pat on your back, personal fitness. Hope everyone's having a great week, a great April so far. A little, again, unexpected hiatus last week, but back for you this week again. Just trying to look ahead and see maybe where we can update or change up or refresh PatFacts a little bit. Some of the platforms we use are going through some changes, so trying to decide how that's going to impact us going forward and kind of what options are out there for us and where the show / podcast is kind of going to go. So just trying to put a little bit of planning into that. So again, thanks for your patience and popping in when we're live. We're going to do our best to be back every week as best we can going forward. So tonight we want to chat about the old saying, April showers bring May flowers. It's the middle of April as we record this. Our expression, though, might have to change because we haven't had much rain. It's been more flurries. So maybe April flurries bring less worries. We'll go with that. We'll say that. The idea, again, behind April showers bring May flowers, a little gloomy, cloudy, gray, wet, damp. But when all that passes, because it will pass, you get May flowers. It's a little warmer weather. It's brighter. The vegetation's growing. The trees and flowers, again, are blooming, things like that. So kind of going through the dark, grayer times will lead you to lighter times. And I thought as we've entered our second quarter here of the year, as April began, and a couple weeks ago, we talked about checking in and following our progress and making sure we're on track with our goals and where we want to be. It was a nice reminder to know that if you're going through a bit of a gray time now, or maybe a bit of a lull, or maybe it's been tricky to stick to your plan to work towards those goals, maybe have been roadblocks and obstacles put in your way, just a reminder that this too shall pass. This April showers or April flurries will pass, and will bring in a brighter time, a lighter time, a more positive time. Sometimes we have to weather the storm. We've talked about this about a year or so ago, I believe, just weathering the storm, maybe even a couple now. And again, this too shall pass. You've heard that expression. Thinking of that as a way to try to stay as focused and on track and again, consistent as you can. That's kind of the main goal here, is to create those systems for ourselves and to be as consistent with them as we can. Consistency is what's going to move us forward. There's other factors that will kind of play into that. But if we're not being consistent, that's when we can run into problems as far as our progress towards our goal, and maybe even falling off the wagon or abandoning our goal altogether if the consistency isn't there. So try to be as consistent as you can. Again, things can be modified as they need to be. Nothing's really written in stone. We want to try to stick to our plan, but we can kind of modify from within the plan if need be. And maybe the plan for today wasn't going to work, so maybe tomorrow's plan could become today's, and you could switch them, or vice versa. Maybe you could take part of today's plan and switch it. Maybe you could change the time you've set aside to work on your goal today. And adjust that a little bit so you get some work in. Some work is better than none. But again, it gives us that progress. It gives us that sense of accomplishment that makes it a little bit easier tomorrow to take that step, because we've got momentum coming from today. Or it may even make the rest of the day go better, because again, we've built some momentum by having an accomplishment, by finishing a goal. And it's a method I use a lot with my fitness clients. It's kind of a 20-minute rule. Give yourself 20 minutes, see how you're feeling. If it's not there, okay, call it, abandon ship for the day. It wasn't meant to be. Go home and do what you need to do. But probably 8-9 times out of 10, once you get to the gym and do your 20 minutes or so and get going, you get warmed up, get some blood flowing, the heart rate gets up, you get into that mode and that zone where you want to finish it off. Or you get into a flow and a rhythm where you want to complete the workout, or you're feeling a little more energized and able to complete it. Same thing with our tasks, giving yourself just a few minutes. Okay, I'm just going to do a few minutes. I have an hour blocked to work on this project. I'm not really feeling it today, but I'm going to give myself 5 minutes just to go in, get a few things done, maybe reorganize where I'm at for the next day. And chances are, once you get into that flow and into that rhythm a little bit, 5 minutes will become 10, 15, 20, maybe even your full hour or whatever you've blocked off. But even if it doesn't, that 5 minutes is still better than 0 minutes. So we're still making progress. We're still being consistent. We can still kind of reward ourselves a little bit. Again, to give ourselves a pat on our back because we put some work in. And maybe tomorrow will be a better day. We can maybe offset some of that extra time somewhere else. Or maybe another activity that we have today took up some of that extra time instead. Maybe maybe the dishes were out of control or the kitchen was a bit of a mess and it was just really distracting you. So you put your 5 minutes in to your project and you thought, no, you know what, I can't focus here. I've got to go up tomorrow or go up and tidy the kitchen. Well, maybe some housework or was blocked in for tomorrow. So maybe that's where some of that extra time can come from for you. Again, have your system set, but realize there should be almost like interchangeable puzzle pieces. If something comes up, you can move it and switch it around as you need to. Ideally, we want to try to block the time for whatever it is we're working on, just like you would a doctor's appointment, a dentist appointment, a massage. You want to book that time in and try to stick with it as best you can. But same thing with the doctor or dentist, there is some flexibility there to reschedule if need be. So we want to try to do that. The idea would be to try to replace the time, if we can, with something else. Maybe it's just time to sit and relax, read a book, maybe throw on some music. Maybe it's a bit of time to yourself. But then again, in your schedule where you have some of that self-time, that me time, maybe that's where you put in that project work. You kind of interchange the sections. Just like we've said before, maybe today should be an upper body day, but the arms are a little achy. So let's switch it to a lower body day. And then tomorrow we'll do arms. We'll kind of interchange those days. So give yourself that permission and that flexibility to do that, to, again, set yourself, have your schedule, have your routine, have things blocked off, but give yourself the flexibility. And we talked about from my time in Afghanistan, that max flex, having that maximum flexibility to alter if need be. The idea, again, is to make sure that the change happens. Too often, a lot of people will say, well, I don't feel it today. I'm going to do this instead. But then that time they took didn't get put somewhere else. And then they kind of fall behind, and that could cause some of that negative self-talk and doubt to come in. So take a look at your schedule and see, where could I put in some of this extra time? Where could I make up the difference for that? Or are there some other areas that I'm further ahead than I thought I would be by now? Can I give some of that time to this task or project to help me move forward in this goal? Because that goal or that section of my goal is further along than I anticipated. And we've talked before about looking at your schedules and looking for up times and down times. So again, maybe a chance where, you know what, in the next couple of weeks, because of people being away and short weeks, I've got some extra time I can commit to this. So I'll have time to make it up next week or the next couple of weeks. Or just the opposite. I know the next couple of weeks is going to be really tight for time. So I really got to try my best to stay on track with my goals and my times and my schedules as much as I can this week, to make sure that the next couple of weeks are set up for me to be able to modify the time if needed, because other things may take a little bit of priority or may require more of my time. Again, we want to try to be as proactive as we can and look ahead to those ups and downs. And thinking of, we talked about again, April showers bring May flowers. That's kind of an up and down. The April showers are a bit of a downtime, a bit of a valley. It gets a little darker, a little heavier. The May flowers, the coming out of that, the brighterness, the vegetation around, that's that peak. That's that high end thing moment where things are going well and working the way they're supposed to be, and everything's kind of clicking. We want to try, if we can, to maybe look for those different cycles and see where things are. And again, if we can kind of predict when those down curves will happen, we can try to adjust for that and plan for that, and make any modifications that are necessary to our schedules, to our plans, maybe to our systems, or again, maybe we go a little top heavy now in our workload, because we know, again, in a couple of weeks that dip's going to come and things are going to be really stressful at work because of projects and deadlines and things. So let's front end our kind of work for the next little bit to give us, again, that extra time to maybe work on other issues that may come up, or vice versa. If it's a bit of a downtime and it's hard to get work on these projects and these tasks, then again, trying to look ahead. Okay, in the next few weeks, this project's done, this work assignment's done. I'm in the office by myself for a week. Okay, I'll be able to plug away at things. And then again, we can adjust and go with the ebbs and flows of life, because it's going to ebb and flow for sure. It's a matter of when, not if. It'll happen. So we want to try to stay operationally fit. We want to be able to work through those problems as best we can. And again, we try to predict as best we can or plan for them, but there will be unexpected moments that come up. But again, the more we can prepare ourselves and our systems and have these contingency plans or these ideas of, maybe you think in 6 weeks, there's going to be a bit of a valley on my goal work because work's going to be really busy. But maybe that happens in 3 weeks. Maybe that happens next week. Maybe it happens 8 weeks away. But if we have the plan in place, we can implement that plan when it happens. So we're not caught so off guard by it. Okay, it was 2 weeks earlier than I expected this busyness to come, but you know what? I had a plan ready. I can put this plan in place here, and I'll adjust on the opposite side when I come out of this busy time that's a little earlier than expected. Hopefully that means I'll come out of it sooner than I expected, and I can get back on track. But if we have nothing in place and then things happen, we have to react and try to figure things out on the fly. And that's when mistakes can be made. We don't make as clear decisions as we'd like to, and it can cause more problems down the road. So again, it always comes back to our systems and trying to predict and prepare as best we can. And we won't always it's like a weather forecast. It won't always be right, maybe never be right. But if we have the plans in place and we know what's kind of forecasted, if you know it might rain tomorrow, you have your raincoat, your umbrella ready. If it rains tonight, you've got it with you to be able to handle that weather. Same idea. If you forecast a downtime 6 weeks away, but it happens in 3 weeks, again, you're still prepared for it. You can just apply that plan a little sooner. We're just trying to alleviate some stress as best we can, or help us manage it a little better. So that, again, if nothing else, we can maintain our consistency, and that'll keep us moving forward down that road towards the goal we've set for ourselves for the end of December of this year. So again, if you're going through those dark, gloomy times, May flowers are coming once things hopefully thaw out. Or again, that storm will pass, things will lighten up. You get into that peak where you can get some great work in, some great focus, some great motivation, inspiration that you can draw within yourself. If you're at one of those peaks now, awesome. Enjoy it, make the most of it, work through it, get things really fine-tuned, because chances are there will be a bit of a valley to follow. That's usually what happens, up and down. So, but again, don't worry about it or fret about it. Just get what you can done while things are great. Prepare for that time as best you can, and then that will hopefully minimize the impact it has on you. And try to follow your plans, follow your systems, maintain consistency, and that'll help you get through that valley sooner and back up that next peak where things can brighten for you. And hopefully, instead of up and down, our peaks are up and our valleys are short. So they're little ones, because we've, again, prepared for them as best we can. We try to manage ourselves as best we can. So instead of the valley being as low as your peak is high, hopefully they're short valleys. And there's a little quick maybe lull, or again, a refocus of time in your systems. And then you get back into the routine and where it is you're going from that. But that preparation, thinking ahead as best we can, again, get those calendars out. Look ahead if you know kind of what your routines are like at work and time of year. Maybe for a lot of places, end of April could be fiscal year, where you have to get budgets done and tax ready and different things like that. So you might be in a busy time for the next few weeks. If that's the case, again, make those modifications, make those changes now to your routines, to your plans, to your systems, weather that storm, and then May 1st, when things kind of clear up, or in a couple weeks into May, once everything's kind of finalized, then you can come back out of it and put things back to the way they're supposed to be, or the way you originally planned for them, and work through that system, that routine, and kind of put a little more your foot on the gas a little more to get a little more progression towards that goal. So don't give up, don't get frustrated. Again, those ebbs and flows, those April showers are part of the process. May flowers are soon to come. But just again, put things in place and plan and prepare as best you can for those, and they'll minimize the impact they have on you as best you can. And again, the big key is to try to be as consistent as you can in working towards those goals. If you find you're stuck, not sure how to get out of that, those April showers or where things are going, again, feel free to reach out. Maybe it's time to work with a coach like myself, where we can work through some of these things. A fresh set of eyes might give you a different perspective, different ideas to help you work through some of these, again, valleys that we go through to get back up to that next peak. But you can do it. I know you can. I believe in you. Make sure you believe in yourself. Keep that positive self-talk going. Make sure your vision board is up with your vision statement, mission statement, your theme words. Remember, we talked a couple weeks ago about when, what's important now. Our acronym we heard from the Blue Jays a few weeks ago. So what's important now, what needs to be worked on now. And again, maybe that kind of acronym helps you decide what you need to do with your schedule right now. What changes do you need to make? What's important now? I want to work on my goal, but I have these commitments I have to go through. These are important now. I have to modify my goal progress a little bit, or my system for that, to get these things taken care of. And then what's important now will be working on my goal. And then you just readjust and retweak. It's almost like a dimmer switch. I can ramp up when things are clear to really work on things. If something else comes up, I can dim that down, or I can take my foot off the gas a little bit. We don't want to put it in park, but I can decelerate a little bit, slow down, and give my attention to these other things. And then once that's clear, I can put my foot down on the gas and get back on track towards my goals. So hopefully this helps. If you have different systems or strategies you use to handle those April showers, or to help you come out of those April showers, we'd love to hear from you in the comments, in the chats. Thanks for tuning in, to everyone, whether you're with us live here or via recording. We always appreciate you tuning in. And please feel free to share this throughout your community to anyone who's working on goals, who would just like to be part of a supportive community and help make a community stronger and spread that positivity pandemic. So we appreciate you guys being here, commenting, sharing. Again, we really appreciate the community we have here. So again, stay tuned. More to follow on if and when there's maybe some changes coming, or some updates coming to the show. Again, looking at platforms and whatnot. But for now, we'll see you next week. Same time, same channel, wherever you're tuning in from. Until then, remember, always make yourself the priority that you deserve to be by striving to be operationally fit. Stay safe. Take care. We'll see you next week.